If you're just here to see the types of pictures and videos that this can take, the timestamps will be in the description below. Today we are looking at one of the weirder cameras in my collection, one of my absolute all-time favorites, the Sony Mavica FD200. Now this is a 2 megapixel digital camera from right around the turn of the century. It is unique in the fact that it records to floppy disks, but also, there's a wasp flying around my camera, that's great. It also records to Sony's proprietary memory stick, which does at least give you some sort of flash option. I use that quite a lot, even though they are a little expensive to acquire on eBay. There is one thing I wanted to mention before we even start looking at this camera, and that's the fact that we can use this as an external floppy disk drive for our computer. Doesn't even have to be picture. Oh, that's a wasp. Great. Let's take a closer look at this camera before that wasp comes back. Ugh. Well, here we go. There isn't a whole lot to really go over. It does technically take videos, but you're super limited in what you can do with it. So we're just gonna more or less ignore that. But this is a very, very fun little camera. And since there really isn't much to say, I mean, I'm pretty sure it only has a digital zoom. I could be wrong about that, actually. Oh, that is optical. Oh, that's amazing. Okay. It does not have a viewfinder, which is very strange for a camera of this era, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm also not sure why there's a big bright light there. Anyway, let's go take some photos and see what this can do. Well, to be honest, even at only 2 megapixels, the daytime photos of this thing are actually not that bad. We are not going to do low light conditions with this camera because, to be quite honest, it can't take low light photos. Trust me, I've tried many, many times. It just can't do it. But that's all right. I mean, this is over 20 years old. What can you expect? I will say before we wrap things up, the batteries for this are getting harder and harder to find, but there are some third parties that do still make them, such as K-Star. Not sponsored, by the way, that's just where I happened to buy this battery. And with that, I think we'll wrap it up. It's getting hot in here, and I'm next to the dumpsters, so there's a lot of flies, and that wasp is still flying around, and I do not know where it's coming from, so I don't like that. Anyway, if you'd like to see behind-the-scenes footage, perhaps of how I built this studio, you can find a link to my Patreon down below. If you'd like to send us stuff, my P.O. box is also listed down below. I know this is a bit of a shorter video, but, I mean, it just can't do night shots, so we had to skip that section. If you liked this video, or if it was useful to you, perhaps you're looking for one of these online, they do go for pretty cheap. Looking at 20, 30 bucks. A like would be appreciated. And if you'd like to see more cheap camera reviews like this, feel free to subscribe. Thank you for watching.